And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice.
Isn't it great to have a president who prays? I like prayer, but I'm not so sure about this. Pastor, whatever do you mean? I'm concerned that a public prayer like this one may be more about the president tying his agenda to a particular form of American Christianity than about a sincere call to address injustice and evil in society. I don't trust the sincerity of Donald Trump. Why the heck not? For starters, sincerity would imply concern for keeping God's statutes and doing justice like we see in this passage from 2 Chronicles. God says to Solomon, if you do these things, all will go well for you, and if you don't, there will be consequences. I don't see the president's actions or policies doing the things. What commands is God talking about? Most scholars think Chronicles is a retelling of past events, but a historic Solomon probably would have understood these statutes and decrees as an administration of justice, care for the poor, the widowed, the orphan, and the foreigner, and a rejection of idols. When has Trump not done these things? Well, for starters, Donald Trump launched his 2016 presidential campaign by saying that Mexican immigrants were bringing drugs, bringing crime, and were rapists. He publicly mocked a disabled reporter. He called Haiti and African nations shithole countries. And when it comes to the poor, his policies consistently favor the wealthy. The 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act delivered massive corporate tax cuts and overwhelming benefits to high-income households, while social safety net programs faced repeated threats. Jesus says, whatever you did not do for the hungry, the thirsty, the naked, the sick, the poor, the imprisoned, the stranger or the foreigner or the least of God's kingdom, you did not do for him. Sadly, Jesus may say to some, I was hungry, and you cut my food assistance programs. I was thirsty, and you voted against legislation to give me clean water. I was sick, and you cut my Medicaid. I was naked, and you tossed me in the streets. I was in prison, and you forgot about me. I was a stranger and a foreigner, and you tied me up, separated me from my children, threw me in a van, and sent me to an undisclosed location. Well, I'm still glad he's praying. That's understandable. But Jesus warns us about making a public spectacle of prayer. How can we judge the president's actions? I'm not so sure that we can, but there are hints. Jesus said, this will be a sign that you are my disciples by your love for one another. Ask yourself, does what I'm seeing model Jesus' love?